Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to our second lesson on dispositions that enhance citizens' effectiveness in public participation. Last time, we looked at several specific characteristics that are necessary for people to be able to participate actively and successfully. I am sure you recall that we focused on the importance of commitment and dedication. We discussed the fact that without commitment, a person is unlikely to follow through with projects, and this will have a negative impact on the person's public participation. We also talked about team spirit, and we identified team spirit as essential to public participation because people need to be able to work together. In this lesson, we will turn our attention to a few more characteristics that help people to be effective in their public participation. Specifically, we will talk about how people need to be ready to work for the common good, rather than focusing on their own needs. We will also discuss how necessary it is for citizens to work within the framework of the Constitution and the other laws of the land. Are you ready, students? Then let us get started. Students, let us begin with an activity. Please look at the photograph on the first page of Unit 10 of your textbook. What is happening in this picture? Please form groups of 3 or 4 and create a story about what you think is going on in this photograph. Make sure one group member is writing down the group's ideas. Do your best, students. I will see you in a few minutes.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. I wonder what kinds of stories you told about this photograph. In the picture, a group of men are standing on a piece of uncultivated land, while one of them uses a pick to dig in the land. Lots of people are moving toward them from down the road. The people look interested, and they are thinking or talking to each other. Perhaps the story behind this photograph is that the members of a community are getting together to prepare uncultivated land for crops. The land is very stony, and it is very hard work. That is why so many people are needed, as the men will take turns to use the pick. If this land is successfully prepared for cultivation, more crops can be grown. This will benefit the community. Perhaps so many people are gathering because they know that this activity is important for the whole community. Students, even if this interpretation of the photograph is not quite correct, the photograph reveals several important things. It shows people working together with dedication. It also shows an activity in which a whole community is involved. The people are obviously willing to work together to achieve their goals. This readiness to work with others is related to team spirit, because people who participate in communal endeavors understand that working together enables them to solve problems. This short video shows United Nations humanitarian aid, demonstrating working for the common good. Students, when we work together on a communal enterprise, we have to set aside our individual desires and needs. We have to be willing to put our energy into an activity that will help other people. Sometimes, these activities do not have any obvious relationship to the specific things that we want or need as individuals. However, if we contribute to communal activities to help others, we can be confident that in the future, we will receive similar help from our community members. In other words, public participation means that people work together for the common good. Students, think of some of the problems affecting the area where you live, such as a lack of clean water. Write a list of these problems and then consider how they may be solved. Estimate how many people need to be involved in solving each problem.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. I wonder what different problems you identified. Perhaps you listed problems like sanitation, water management, housing, food, crop rotation, or HIV/AIDS. Let us suppose that water is a problem. A solution might be to drill for fresh, clean water, but this requires funding and special equipment. To get funding, community members must communicate with aid workers or with government. With this one example, we can see that it is possible to resolve problems, but usually many people are involved in the process. This means that people have to be willing to put their energy into activities that relate to the common good. As well as working for common goals, public participation also means having a readiness to work within the framework of the Constitution and other laws of the land. The Constitution and laws set boundaries so that public participation can be peaceful and beneficial. If people engaged in activities that were outside of these boundaries, public participation would not be helpful. We talked about this in relation to participating in peaceful public demonstrations. These are public displays of support for or disapproval of specific issues. People have the right to participate in these demonstrations in Ethiopia, but they must do so within the laws respecting proper behavior. This way, public demonstrations can achieve their goals without violence. Students, in this lesson, we have continued to talk about characteristics or dispositions that assist citizens to be effective in their public participation. Last time, we looked at commitment and team spirit. In this lesson, we focused on working with others to benefit the common good and working within the frameworks of the Constitution and the law. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.